Hello everyone, welcome to Mud Codes, and today we are going to solve the question fraudulent activity notifications. This is a part of the interview preparation kit and we're going to solve it using Python. If you aren't already subscribed, then do subscribe to my channel for coding and other tech related content. With that, let's get started. Hackerland National Bank has a simple policy of warning clients about possible fraudulent account activity if the amount spent by a client on a particular day is greater than or equal to 2 times the client's median spending for a trailing number of days, then send the client a notification about potential fraud. So basically in this question, we're going to get an expenditure, which will be a list of expenses on a particular day, and we'll get D, which is the trailing days. We have to find the median for the last D days, which is the trailing days, and check if the expenditure on the next day is less than 2 times the median of the previous ones. So for this example over here, D is 3. So the median for the first 3 days is 20, as for the median you first sorted in ascending order, which this already is, and then you take the middle value, which is 20 over here. And since 40 is 2 times the median, then we send a notification to the client. And for the next value, we take 20, 30, and 40, where the median is 30, and then we again take 2 times the median, which is 60. And since 50 is less than 60, there is no notification sent. So there was only one notification sent for this particular example. We have to write a function called activity notifications where the parameters are the expenditure list and the trailing days. And we have to return the number of notices sent. So basically the number of notifications. And over here the constraints are that the expenditure on any particular day cannot cross 200 and the minimum value is obviously 0. So this is an important constraint because the person cannot spend more than 300 or like $1,000 on any particular day. So these are some examples over here. You can go through them, but I think from that first example it's pretty clear what we have to do. So let's get started. So the logic that we're going to go ahead with is that, so for this particular example, if we see the trailing days is 5, so it is from 2 to 3, like this is the trailing days, and we need to find the median of this and compare it with the next value, then find the median of the next trailing day, which is one ahead, and we just remove the last one and find the median and compare it with the next value, which is 8. Then we do that for the next one and the next one. So to get started with the code, so in order to find the median, we're going to use a technique called count sort. So since they have mentioned over here clearly that the maximum expense can be 200 and not more than that, so we'll create a count expenditure list, count expenditure, and I'll initialize it to 0 with a size of 201, because from 0 to 200 is 201, and this is the size of the count expenditures. What we are trying to do here is that for every expense we have an index for it. So over here, like for the value 2, if we want to record this expense, it will add a count of 1 to the index 2, which is the value of the expense. And then for this expense 8 over here, it will add 1 to the index 8, and so on. So this is what counting sort is. And then I'll create a variable called end, which is equal to d, and this is done so that we only count the trailing days and not anything beyond that. So once this is done, we add values to the count expenditures. To start the counting sort process, we give a for loop for I in range 0 to end, which is the trailing days, because from 0 till d basically. And then we add to the index of the value. So count expenditure at the index of expenditure I. So as I explained over here, expenditure I will be the value 2, 3, 4, 2, 3 and so on. So at that particular index we are going to add 1 if it's found. So it's not necessary that all the initial indices would be filled, because as you can see 0 and 1 is not in this list, so they will remain as 0. And once if I print over here, if I print count expenditures, then you can see that for this question you'll get a 201 sized list where this is the count of the expenditures, and since this is only for the first 5 trailing days, so only this is filled. If D was greater, this would have had one more value, so you can see 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5, which is the trailing days. So now that we've done that, I'll just delete this. We will create a variable called notif and make it 0. This is the counter. And now we need to find the median. So for the median, if D is even, so D mod 2 equal to 0, then the mid value is integer D mod 2. If D was 8 over here, mid would have been 4. So to actually find the median, you would have to take 4th position number plus the 5th position number by 2, and that we will do when we find the median. For now we'll just record this number, and if it's an odd number, then we directly take the next digit. So int D2, int D divided by 2 plus 1. So for 5, this would be 2 and plus 1 3. 3 is the central number, so that is the median. Once we get the mid value, we take the length of the entire course of days, which is expenditure. So sorry, we store the length in the variable length, and now we go through all the days just to check how many notifications you get. So I'll initialize a variable called current, which is the starting position of the trail, so which is 0. And now we'll loop through the length, which is, I'll use a while loop. So while end is less than length, so end is D, so it's already starting from the 5th position and it will go all the way till the last position. And just to increment this, I will have end plus 1. I'm just doing this in advance so that I don't forget it later. And now we will find the median. So to get the median, I will have median equal to, I'll make a function called getMedian, which will have its inputs as the count sort list that we stored, count expenditure, the length of the entire thing, which is D, and the midpoint, which was mid, which we found over here. So now that we have the median stored in this variable median, we check if it's like less than half of the expenditure. So if expenditure at the end position is greater than equal to 2 times the median, then we send a notification. So this is basically the logic. Now we just need to get the median, and in the end we increase the current position, which is the first position. So count expenditure current is reduced by 1, and count expenditure end is increased by 1. So you must be wondering why I'm subtracting 1 over here. So we're not exactly subtracting any value from this. What we're doing is that for this particular value where we're taking the first 5 numbers 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, the count of 2 is 2, 3 is 2 and 4 is 1. But when you take the next count, which is 6, so at that time you need to also subtract 1 count of the lowest number, which is 2, and that is where the current index is placed at. So that is why we subtract 1 from the lowest one and add 1 to the next one wherever it is. And after we do this, we increase the current position by 1. So now the current is at 1, So the next time expenditure current won't be 2, it would be 3, then 4, 5, and so on. So this is the main logic. Now we need to just write a get median. So I'll write a get median function over here. So def get median, count expenditure D and mid. We will have the counter, which is 0, and we'll have the position, which is 0. So when we have the count expenditure numbers, which is 2 to 1, which are the main numbers we are looking at, when they come inside this, we have a counter which is 0 right now, which will keep track of when we reach this midpoint. So for this particular example, mid is 3 and counter starts from 0. So the moment you reach a number of 3 or more in this count expenditure, then you break out of the loop, and that is the median. So for that, we have while counter is less than mid, we increase counter by the number of times that count expenditure has numbers at that position. So in this case, for the first value, it will just go like counter plus 0 and it will stay 0. Then over here again 0, and over here 0 plus 2, it would become 2. Then when it comes to the next one, it will become 4, and since 4 is less than 3, this is the median for us, which is 3. So now that we have like a counter loop going, we also increase the position by 1, and the moment it breaks out, you know the count. I'll decrease position by 1 outside the loop, so -1, and this is because at the first iteration of this loop, when position was 0, counter was 0 and mid was 3. Then position became 1 as it got incremented over here. Count was 0 and mid was still 3. Then position came at 2 and counter increased by 2 because there are 2 counts of 2 over there, and mid still remains 3. And then position becomes 3 over here, count becomes 4, and mid becomes 3, and now it breaks out of the loop, but position becomes 4, and then it breaks out of the loop. So we need to go back to the position of where it was, so that's why we subtract 1 over here, and then we just return the value. So over here, the good thing about using count sort over here is that the index is the value. So if counter is greater than mid, we return position itself, so return pos. And also if it's an odd number, so or d mod 2 not equal to 0, because for 5 the mid value is 3, so we don't need to do any calculations. So for these two conditions we return position directly, else we return the midpoint of position and position plus 1. So we return position plus 1 divided by 2, which is actually 2 times position plus 1 by 2. And now I think we are done, so let's just run it and check if it's working or not. Okay, yeah, I just noticed it. I made a spelling mistake for notif. Okay, let's check now. Okay, I'm not returning anything. Let me return notif. These are just some small errors. So yeah, it's working. So let's submit the code. So this is how it's done. This is how you solve fraudulent activity notifications in Python. So if you like this video, then do hit the like button, and hope you got some value from this video. And with that, see you in the next one. Bye bye.